Hey guys, what's up? It's Friday. Gonna try to do it Friday day, and I'm gonna start it off with a little story that needs to serve as a good warning to some of you guys. So we've got a crazy customer. Crazy. Not a customer, because he certainly isn't a customer anymore. So about a month ago, he calls and Kim answers the phone and he was like, hey, y'all hadn't been out here yet. We had an appointment at like 9 o'clock and it was like 10:30. And Kim was like, what's your address? And got it. And come to find out, he had never called us. So Kim was like, well, sir, you've never called us, but we can go ahead and come out if you want us to, if you need somebody that could rekey your locks. And he was like, okay, well, yeah, come on out. And he gave us the address and he's like, and here's my number, but you can't call it because my phone's tapped. Clue number one. And we were like, okay. He goes, but I'll be home, so you don't have to call to make sure, because we always call to make sure somebody's home first. He said, but you absolutely cannot call my number because my phone's tapped and the person that's trying to kill me will know. Clue number one. We were like, okay. So I'm sitting there thinking, I already don't want to do this. I've done this long enough so that I know crazy when I hear it. But I was going to be in the same neighborhood, and I was just like, fuck it, I'll just go do this, whatever. So it was supposed to be one door, so she scheduled it, and he never asked the price, and we never told him the price. So we went ahead and went out, and I get there, and right as I'm starting to get there, at the time we had told him we were going to be there, he calls the shop back and he's like, I told you not to call. And I was literally like around the corner from his house, headed that way. And he's like, somebody just called my number and I told you not to call. And Kim was like, text me and said, did you call? And I was like, right around the corner. I was like, no. She goes, well, he's saying somebody called. I said, well, I didn't call. So I get there and bang on the door, and I have to wait like 5 minutes, ring the bell, bang on the door several times, and I'm about to leave because I'm like, okay, this crazy isn't answering the door, so this is it, I'm out of here. Just then he answers the door, and he points one to the door, and then he's like, oh, well, I have one over here, and then I have one over there. So one door ends up being 3 doors, right? 3 double cylinder deadbolts, 6 cylinders. So I was like, okay, whatever. So I get him off the door and I go out to the truck, and he comes out to the front porch and he's waving like some cash, and he's like, and I'm out at the truck, so it's like 20 feet away, 30 feet away. And he's like, okay, I got your 65 bucks here. And I was like, no, sir, that's not our price. What do you mean? That's what you told me. I said, sir, you never ask our price. When you called us, you thought we were the other person that you called, and we told you we weren't, and we never had an appointment with you. So we went ahead and came out. And at this point, he's like, well, how much is it? And I told him how much it was, which was about double what that was. And I told him that specifically, and I hadn't even rekeyed them yet. They were just sitting there ready to be rekeyed. So I was like, do you want me to put these back on the door? Because at this point I was like, great, crazy, gonna give me trouble with payment. So I'm clearing this up now, and usually I don't like doing this, but I was like, do you want me to put these back on the door and just go? Because I'm not gonna do this if you don't want to pay. And he's like, well, no, go ahead and do it. After I gave him the exact price after tax and everything. And he's like, no, just go ahead and do it. Anyway, long story short, I put him back on the door. He fumbles around, didn't have enough cash to do that, so he gets his credit card. And leave, blah, blah, blah. Get done, go, run the credit card, everything's fine. Well, apparently he just got his bill yesterday, because when I was not there, Kim answered the phone again. And she texts me, she's like, oh my God. And I'm like, what? And she goes, this crazy dude just called, raising hell that we're scammers, and that we raised the price on him while we were there, and he's going to file a class action lawsuit because he asked a bunch of people and they said that they know we do that, and he's calling the Justice Department and all this other crap. And I'm like, whatever, just tell him to screw off. And he's like, well, she was like, well, he wants to call back. And I'm like, I'm not calling him from my personal phone, which I don't call from my personal phone. So I was already gone for the day. I actually got to leave like an hour early. So I was like, you can call him back and tell him that we told him the price, tell him everything that I just told you. And so she did. And apparently he flipped out and he was like, that's bullshit. And then she went ahead apparently and told him that we came out because his so-and-so was trying to kill him. And he's like, yeah, I thought I must have been having one of my psychotic episodes, his words. And she's like, okay, well, regardless of the fact, we did the job. Jason said that he would put the locks back on the door. He's like, no, he never told me that. He never told me the price until I had to give him my credit card. Kim was like, okay, whatever. And at some point, he flipped, and she was trying to be as calm and polite as possible. And she was like, sir, we can prove that we charge a service charge to come out. We can show you other jobs. We can show you invoices that we charge a service charge and what our prices are. You can have anybody call us and ask what our prices are, and that's what we're always going to say. He's like, well, you should have told me the price before you came out. Yes. Okay, guys. So, in your business, no matter what, and we know this, we should have done this, but it was really busy that day and I was just squeezing it in. Didn't do it, didn't think about it. Always give them your price before you come out on the phone, so there's no confusion. Even if we would have given this dude the price, he probably still would have acted dumb and acted like we didn't. So that probably wouldn't have helped in this case. But clue number one, or hint number one, always tell people your price so there is no confusion when you get out there. If you decide to do crazy jobs. So anyway, at some point during the conversation, the last one she had with her, he had hung up on her once, and then when she called back, and he was like, so-and-so, so-and-so, and she said something about something, and he goes, I'm going to cut your throat. Yep. So, anyway, long story short, he's like, I'm calling the Better Business Bureau and an attorney and the Attorney General, which we know the Attorney General, and whatever. So, and anyway, long story short, he hung up on her and said, never call him again. So she texted our friend who's a commander on the police force, and he's going to come write an information up report today for that incident, because he said in case something happens, he will go over there and have a little chat with homeboy if he has to, but he wants an information report filed, so if anything comes up, he'll have something to go back on. So, guys, first thing, always tell people your price before you go out. Second thing, be aware of the clues. Voices in heads, mysterious things, especially when they're calling to schedule an appointment. People trying to kill him. And even when he very first called to schedule the appointment or to get us to come out, Kim was like, sir, you don't need a locksmith, you need the police. No, I need a locksmith because he's got a key. That was clue number 2. Clue number 3, if you're in the middle of a job and they say that you said one price and you tell them that's not right, and this whole situation is done where they had called somebody else and you can tell they're off, put the locks back on the door, call it a waste of your time, and get the fuck out of there, because you're gonna have problems. We're now waiting on the credit card chargeback, and we're assuming this all happened because he got his credit card statement, because it's the end of the month. So, moral of the story is be very cautious working for people. We have done a lot of crazies over the years, but you can take them if you want to. I would highly advise you take cash and write out everything and make them sign the invoice. That was mistake number 3 that I made. I was in a hurry to get out of there. I made them sign the square deal, on the thing, but I didn't actually make them sign the paper invoice. That was my mistake, and it may bite me in the ass, but it's going to be pretty easy to prove that he's a little bit off if we have to go to small claims court, which will be a huge waste of time anyway. So, long story short, just be careful with who you do work for, guys, and you're going to have these people out there. They're out there. They're all over the place, and you can't miss them because in our line of work, as security, they're going to think that people are trying to break into their house, do stuff, and they're going to need a locksmith to come rekey the locks. And when I rekeyed those locks, they were fairly new pins and fairly old locks, so I'm taking a wild guess this has happened before. So, long story short, be very cautious of the cues that you get over the phone for people. Even if you schedule the appointment and set a time, if during the conversation you feel weird or you have this weird sense about something not being right, suddenly remember you have other stuff to do and don't go, because at this point I wish we would not have gone, because I'm pretty sure that he's going to argue that charge back. So we'll see today or Monday. Most likely a charge back on that credit card. And just be careful. There's some whack jobs out there. So anyway, we're going to get our buddy's going to come visit us, who luckily is commander of like top tier, one of the top tier dudes. And it won't be too hard to prove that we're not the scammer, but it's kind of humorous that he probably called a scammer locksmith company to come do the job, who never showed up, and then called us, and now we're being accused of being scammers because the scammer gave him a price that's not right. Just be careful, guys. So I gotta get in the shop. We'll see y'all in a little bit. Ooh, we're almost there. Oh, got a box going out. Let's take a peek. Can't peek too much, but it's full. This one's going to Eric with a C. It looks like a K, but it actually is E-R-I-C. Anyway, I'm getting this one out today. I'm still packaging others up, so just forgive the delay, but don't bitch too much about free stuff, right? And also, after this one, I've got Caveman Spark. Yours is going out. I do have to. It's just been crazy this week, guys, so sorry I haven't gotten this out yet, but I'm working on it. It takes a bit to pack it up because I'm trying to make it special for you guys. And stay. And so yes, I have to do my pen kits before I get you vials. I think I've got 16, but I'm also going to send you some other stuff, so I hope you can use it. It may not go out till Monday. I was hoping to get all this done by midweek, and I didn't. But again, you can't flame me too much, because the longer you wait, the more cool stuff I'll find to put in here. I'm not going to show you again. Okay, so y'all are sitting over there. See Sparks? Got you some pen kits, but there's some other stuff in there too. I hope you can use it. I don't know if you can use it or not. If not, I don't know what to do. Just do whatever. So anyway, coffee time. Just to fill in the missing footage gap, I'm driving to go rescue somebody who can't start their truck. Here it is. Really. And then there we go. There we go. Now just have to find the retainer. Take off transponder ring. Alright, there we go. Yeah. Yuck. Alright, so it looks like Ford used a crappy Focus style ignition for this F-150. That, I believe, goes out through the rear. Oh no! What are you doing? Cutting my key. There may be an easier way to do this, but I remember having to do this once before. So once the key head's off, it comes out. Alright. Looky what crappy we got here. Oh wait, here's paper towel. Yeah. Alright, so there is a clip that holds this toggle in. And basically we have a nasty. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this key back in just to hold the wafers. And I do not have any of my freaking other lube. So I'm gonna do what I can with this. Try to deduce the problem, which I'm almost positive is over lubricant or just nasty, because there is no sidebar. The key doesn't seem to be going in quite all the way. But again, there is tons of debris here. Tons of debris. So let's strip this down. I'm going to put this on hold for a sec. So it looks like it's a tip stop issue. Where are you, camera? Because these wafers are not lining up real well. So that means there is some gook in the very back of this cylinder, which means we're going to have to take it apart. So this clip, little plastic clip, gotta love that, huh? Holds this key buzzer flippy deal in. And then from there we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 wafers. I think the very first wafer is the one that is no good. Let's get our wafer popper out here. For this one. I think it may have been this first wafer causing us trouble. So we're going to lay these out. One at a time. Possibly go I didn't do that. That one's not coming out. Let's try from the back here. There we go. Yeah, we got a serious problem with goop. Check this out. We've definitely got debris. Debris! All up in it. We just lost a spring. Oh, no, here it is. Alright, two more. One more. Alright. Let me get my phone. Wafer kit. Let's take a close-up picture of this. Horrible, horrible, gooky wafers. Alright, let's check down in this keyhole. Spray gun. Let's just do that. So clear out your pin chambers. Alright, here we go. Look at this. We're still recording. We are still recording. Here is our cause. Cause of the problem. Ew. That is gross. Haha, yuck. Be right back. Alright, so we discovered the problem there. Everything's lining up again. We're going to make sure there's nothing else in here. And let's take a look at these wafers and see. Yes, we are going to do new wafers and new springs. Crud, I need a pair of tweezers. Okay, so looks like we have, starting at the tip, 2 1. I just cut this key at the shop. 2 1 2 1 1 3 2 1 1 3
2113 something something something. So 211353, and we're going to use new springs. Make sure those are the same. Yep, those are the same springs. Oops. So, spring. Oh, I lost one. I always do it on both sides. Nope, that ball bearing needs to go back. So in other words, do all this side and then do the other side. So 2 1 1 3 5 Okay, flip it over. Do this side. Oh, magnetic tweezers, huh? I hate magnetic tweezers. Cause problems. So then we have another one here on this side. So we're just verifying the wafers. This is a home built kit, by the way, in case y'all haven't figured that out. Most stuff nowadays, 2113, comes with wafer packs. So start a kit, and as you rekey ignitions and stuff, you can take the spares and build your own kit. 5. And then we have that one up front, which presumably would be a 1, but the front wafer always gets the most wear. I don't know, let's see how it sits in there. I hate leaving wafers out, but sometimes especially on a 1. And you know what, this has a transponder, so I think I'm not going to put that first one in there. It's just a bad idea, especially ones, because they seize up. Alright, so then we're going to put our, wipe down this little doodad, put it back in here like so. I think that's how it went. And your clip, which goes on like that, I believe. Yep. So now we're going to scrape out this gunk, just in case there's any. Now this is the stuff that comes in these locks, or that white stuff that you put in there that comes with locks. And take that, and what you're gonna do, this is kind of a tricky part, is you just kind of push it, hold the wafers in, and this has to be in just the right spot. Oh, there it goes. Believe. Nope. can't go that way. And it's got to go that way. Just like that. There we go. That's gotta be it. It's like a jigsaw puzzle, man. Yeah, there it goes. Alright. And I think you turn it. Oh, shit. Maybe not. Okay. Again. This goes in. And I think in the directions it tells you put it in and you turn it to a certain position, which would be like right there. That has to go that way. So it needs to be turned just like that. Okay, then you turn it and it like snaps into position. There. Fucker. Fucker. Okay. And then this goes like this. Oh, these are so hard. Man. We have a functional ignition again. Alright, done with that horse crap. Okay, guys, so it is noonish. Shit, it's 2ish. Yeah, currently downloading the ignition thing for the Ford that I went to earlier, and went back to the shop and
cut some keys and got the ticket for the job that I'm going to now. But I had another call in, a bar who's new in town and has used us once a few weeks back, and now I guess where that bar's locksmith. So paying the ass to park there, that's the only deal. Like, there's never parking. So first time I went, I had to walk quite a while. Second time I went, I got right by the door. I was like incredibly lucky. I could park in the middle of the street and throw my cones out. But the city of Jackson, you never know. They may recognize me. I'm kind of known. Hopefully they won't mess with me, but yeah, I don't know. I may. It just depends on the parking situation. So anyway, going to do that, then going to do this other one that I did a T2 for that I hadn't actually had time to get the video uploaded because it's edited and all that. But I got a T2 install coming out. And now I gotta go back, and it's only been like 4 days. So these people are randomly finding me stuff to do. So I guess that would be considered job security, right? But other than that, go knock both of those out and get back to the shop, and something else will come in. Hey, downtown Jackson. Almost missed this. This church right here is one of our customers. Here. And this red, where's my finger, that red brick building is another one of our customers. So we work on these old doors quite often. I am going to one of our downtown businesses. There was actually a locksmith downtown Jackson who had a storefront forever, you know, a long time locksmith guy. Apparently did a good job. I remember meeting him a long time ago, but that was when I was kind of a noob, so I didn't really care. But he I guess retired or something, and they demolished his whole block to make a hotel that just got opened up. So I have been downtown a lot more frequently since that happened, and had downtown customers coming to us and fondering because of that. So thank you, sir, for your years and decades of service to Jackson, and thank you for getting us business by retiring. Hopefully one day I'll be able to do the same thing. Alright, I'm going down this ways to the bar, to the country bar. Yeehaw! Yeah, not into it.
Yep, I parked in the middle of the street. There's where I wanted our second store to be. Alright, no key, Riki no key, and the strike is pretty foobar. Where'd all my tension wrenches go? Oh, there's one. The strike is pretty foobarred as well. So, ugh. Yeah, we used to have a key. Yeah, maybe 100 years ago. Well, they hadn't been in here very long. Key it. It's a storeroom function. So that means I want to make sure that Rottweiler didn't get out. There's a huge Rottweiler that's the guard dog for the bar. Good.
I've got 2 kids I'm trying to feed. If I can help you out,
I can't help you with anything. I'm sorry.
could you spare any change?
No, sir, I can't. Go fuck off. I love how they walk all bitching about shit. You know what? You want to keep bitching? Keep on bitching. Come on back and start some shit, boy. Dumbass.
That's the third person I've had ask me for money today. Oh look, I finally got it apart. Pain in that ass. That's pretty. Hey, puppy. Puppy's like, get the fuck out. Ugh. Not quite sure what we're doing here. Yeah, that's probably much better. Alright, see if it closes. Money shot. Random desk. It's even got one of them fancy restaurants in it. Okay, so that is it for my scheduled appointments, and I am headed back to the shop. It is 3:42, and it has been schleg no key for the past couple of jobs. And knocked that one there out. Not too bad. This particular place, I got a good parking place, probably because of what the weird time is later on in the day. You can't find a parking place close by lunchtime. So luckily I found a close spot and was able to zip in there, and the lock opening did not give me too much trouble. Could not record, but took about, took about like, I kind of raked it a few times first and then tried like a couple of different rakes. So it took about 4.5, 5 minutes to get through because I kept switching up tension tools. Just trying some different feeling and picking, and that was a LSDA core, so I've got vast experience
picking those because we sell LSDA. Sorry, I'm looking for something here. And not looking at the road. So I kind of knew the field to go for since I've had to open those so many times without keys. But headed back to the shop now. I'm gonna go for coffee for our afternoon coffee and wrap up. Apparently the police came by and did the report. I forgot to get my description of the dude, which all I remember is like a big dude, but. So anyway, the police have the information report now, and if he tries to start any more shit, we're gonna throw down on that bitch! And for the rest of the day, after I go get coffee, I am going to upload video and edit video so that I can get it uploaded.